seemingly weird relationship that Erika had with a then 15-year-old girl named Jillian. Erika was 25 years old at the time, and they developed a relationship that some people believe amounted to a type of grooming.
Screenshots are all over the internet right now of her exchanging gifts and inappropriate text messages with a 15-year-old. Candace Owens is losing her shit, and her own employees are getting fired for asking questions. And she's like, you know what? You're up.
Erika Kirk was caught texting, sending creepy memes, commenting on her Instagram and her Twitter, along with setting her up with a photographer to have her pictures taken.
Erika Kirk is trending, and the internet is in full detective mode. After Candace Owens shared what she described as receipts, social media quickly filled with screenshots, archived posts, and detailed timelines. The claims allege that when Erika was 25 years old, she had inappropriate communication with a 15-year-old girl. These are allegations being discussed publicly, not court findings. But because a minor is involved, the conversation escalated fast. At the same time those screenshots started circulating, people noticed something else. Erika stopped addressing the situation publicly and announced recruitment trips in Europe. Some online commentators questioned the timing. Others said it may have simply been previously scheduled work. Either way, the optics sparked more debate. And at the center of it all is a teenager named Jillian. According to the timeline shared online, Jillian was 15 during the alleged interactions. Erika was 25. That age difference is central to why this story gained traction. At first, Jillian's public posts looked like typical teenage admiration. She tweeted about how pretty Erika was and referred to her as a woman crush. That alone is not illegal or unusual. Teenagers often admire older public figures or mentors. That part by itself would not raise alarm. The concern, according to critics, began when communication allegedly moved beyond public tweets. Jillian later hinted that conversations were happening privately. She posted messages like, "Thank you, Erika, for making my whole week." Around that same time, Erika's account reportedly became private, while Jillian's remained public. When adult-to-minor communication shifts into private messages, the responsibility for maintaining boundaries lies fully with the adult. That's a key point many people are emphasizing.
Also never communicated with Jillian's mother about the photographer that she had set up to take pictures of her 15-year-old daughter.
Some screenshots being discussed online show alleged messages that included wording many consider inappropriate given the age difference. In one example circulating publicly, a typo was followed by a comment that some critics interpreted as flirtatious. Supporters argue it could have been harmless or misinterpreted. Critics argue that when communicating with a minor, even jokes must be handled with extreme caution. Adults are expected to correct mistakes clearly and disengage if a conversation becomes unclear. That's the standard many people are pointing to. Another set of alleged messages included advice about hydration and avoiding certain foods before events. On its own, lifestyle advice is not wrongdoing. However, some online commentators connected that to modeling or pageant-style environments where appearance can be emphasized heavily. Again, these are interpretations from observers, not proven misconduct. But when layered together with other messages, people began questioning the overall tone of the relationship. There were also alleged compliments directed at Jillian's physical appearance. Compliments are not illegal. Context matters. But when an adult repeatedly praises a minor's physical features in private conversations, critics say it can create discomfort and imbalance. That imbalance, adult authority versus teenage admiration, is what many people are analyzing. Some circulating screenshots include language that critics describe as clearly adult in nature. Because the individual involved was reportedly 15 at the time, that is why the issue intensified. When minors are part of a story, the public expectation for adult behavior becomes very strict. Boundaries are not flexible. They must be clear and immediate. Another reported detail is that Erika allegedly mailed Jillian a birthday gift. Sending gifts is not automatically wrongdoing. However, it does require exchanging a home address. For many observers, that step signaled the relationship extended beyond casual public interaction. Critics argue that when an adult asks a minor for their address, transparency with a parent or guardian would normally be expected. Candace Owens later added another layer to the conversation. She stated publicly, "Someone sent me a tip that upon further research, they discovered that at the time of her textual relationship with Erika, Jillian lived in a trailer park within a neighborhood that is known for the highest incidence of children. I forwarded the information to Jillian, and she confirmed it is true. That statement increased emotional reactions online. When discussions involve vulnerable youth, public sensitivity rises quickly. To be very clear, these claims are based on screenshots and commentary circulating online. There are no public court documents in this discussion proving criminal charges related to these allegations. That distinction matters. At the same time, the reason this story continues trending is because people expect strong, transparent responses when minors are involved. Some believe Erika is being unfairly targeted or misrepresented. Others believe the screenshots require direct explanation. What keeps the debate alive is the absence of a detailed, point-by-point public clarification addressing each allegation specifically. In online culture, silence often fuels speculation, even when there may be explanations behind the scenes.
Well, now she's going to Belfast. Like, that's her move. Screenshots are all over the internet right now of her exchanging gifts and inappropriate text messages with a 15-year-old. Candace Owens is losing her shit, and her own employees are getting fired for asking questions. And she's like, you know what? Europe.
Erika Kirk is expected to visit here as part of a tour to recruit young people to the group, and especially young women, because it is a more typically male worldview.
And Erika's not going for a much-needed break from the spotlight. No, no, no. She's going to recruit teenagers, 15 to 25-year-olds to be exact, into Turning Point USA. Erika set all of this up is a disgraced politician, Ian Paisley Jr., who literally got caught taking secret luxury holidays from a government that massacred 40,000 people, then blamed his own staff. This is a city that went through decades of religious extremism, using God to manipulate teenagers into sectarian violence. We're talking about bombings, years of trauma that they're still dealing with. 30 years to be exact. And again, Erika is a woman facing allegations, and she's planning to set up shop in a city with thousands of teenagers with the backing of a disgraced politician whose father spent decades manipulating young people into sectarian violence. What could possibly go wrong?
The broader issue people are debating is about adult responsibility in youth spaces. When someone works in recruitment, mentoring, organizing, or any environment involving minors, boundaries must be crystal clear. Private messaging, personal compliments, gift exchanges, late-night communication. Each of those areas requires extreme caution when a minor is involved. That's the standard many people are referencing in this conversation. Right now, two narratives are circulating. One says this is a politically motivated smear campaign amplified by social media. The other says the screenshots and timelines speak for themselves and deserve accountability. Without verified legal findings, both perspectives remain opinions, and that's exactly why the story remains controversial. When minors are involved, public patience is short. People demand clarity, context, and transparency. They want clear denials if messages are fake. They want full context if screenshots are edited. They want reassurance that youth protection standards were followed. Until those answers are fully addressed, the online debate is unlikely to slow down. And in situations like this, perception can shape reality just as much as facts. That's why this story continues to trend, because the stakes feel serious, the questions feel unresolved, and the internet does not let stories involving minors fade quietly. Erika allegedly knew Jillian was not living with a father in the home. Erika also allegedly knew Jillian was a minor. And still, according to what's being shared online, that did not stop her from arranging for Jillian to get photographs taken, without ever communicating with her mother. That detail hits hard for a lot of people. Because when an adult steps into a minor's life in any structured way, photos, travel, opportunities, parental awareness is not optional. It's basic responsibility. As these claims continue circulating, people started digging into Erika Kirk's background, and what they found added more layers to the conversation. Erika has reportedly spent years working in spaces connected to orphaned and vulnerable youth overseas. At the same time, she was building her profile inside conservative youth recruitment circles, campus organizing networks, and political pipeline programs. That combination, youth access plus influence, is what has people talking loudly right now.
On the evening of September 15, 2013, Joshua Harrelson and Erika met a 15-year-old girl named Jillian Falcon. And I know this because Jillian tweeted about it.
Now let's slow this down and be fair. Millions of professionals work with young people every day in completely ethical, appropriate ways. Coaching, mentoring, recruiting, organizing, none of that is automatically suspicious. But journalists and investigators have pointed out something uncomfortable for years. When predators exist, they often position themselves in environments where access to minors is already built into the structure. That's not an accusation. That's a documented pattern experts discuss regularly. And critics are saying that's why this situation feels serious to them. According to Candace Owens, Erika allegedly developed an inappropriate closeness with a teenager while holding real influence inside youth-centered organizations. That's the core of the concern. It's not just about messages, it's about power dynamics. When someone holds authority in recruitment spaces, pageant pipelines, or political youth programs, boundaries have to be airtight. No gray areas, no blurred lines. Some commentators online also raised another theory. They suggested it appears Erika may have been recruiting the 15-year-old for something at the time. One argument floating around is that it could have been pageantry related, given that pageant systems often operate through recruitment incentives. That claim has not been proven publicly, but people are analyzing the timeline and asking questions. If Erika was truly mentoring Jillian in a healthy, structured way, critics ask why the communication allegedly stopped so abruptly once scrutiny increased. That silence is what keeps fueling speculation. Then another detail surfaced that made the situation even louder. Erika later secured a job at the Corcoran Group, a high-end luxury real estate firm, despite not having a traditional real estate background. On its own, that's not wrongdoing. Career pivots happen all the time, especially in industries driven by networking and branding. But because this controversy was already unfolding, online investigators began reviewing every part of her resume. When public scrutiny hits, even normal career moves get placed under a microscope. To be clear, working at a large, well-known company does not automatically imply misconduct. Major firms handle thousands of clients and transactions across different markets. However, in moments of controversy, people tend to examine associations, timelines, and professional shifts very closely. Fair or not, that's how internet investigations operate. Once a name starts trending, everything connected to it becomes part of the conversation. Some critics argue that the issue isn't the job itself, but the broader pattern they believe they are seeing. They question how influence, access, and opportunity intersect in youth-centered environments. When someone builds a career around recruiting, mentoring, or organizing young people, the standards for communication and transparency are naturally higher. That's not an accusation. It's an expectation.
People assumed that they had gone somewhere together, but no, that exchange is actually in reference to Erika then having sent this 15-year-old to have photos taken. Insane. She sent this 15-year-old to have photos taken. She's helping her because she's just so beautiful. So Erika having done this is completely and utterly creepy. It's creepy. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I will not allow people to say that it makes sense in some context.
Critics say the pattern they're focused on is about proximity to youth spaces combined with alleged blurred boundaries. Supporters push back hard, saying career growth and networking are normal, and assumptions without concrete proof can spiral into damaging narratives fast. That tension between suspicion and presumption is exactly what keeps debates like this alive. In today's digital climate, once a name trends, everything gets examined. Old interviews, past job titles, travel schedules, social media follows, people start connecting dots, even when those dots may not be related. Supporters argue that this kind of deep dive culture can unfairly magnify ordinary professional moves. Critics respond that when minors are part of the conversation, heightened scrutiny is justified, and that clash of viewpoints fuels the momentum. When allegations involve a minor, public sensitivity increases dramatically. People become hyper-aware of power dynamics, authority, and proximity to influence. Even indirect connections or unrelated career details can take on amplified meaning in the public eye. That doesn't automatically validate concerns, but it explains why scrutiny expands beyond the original claims. The standard becomes crystal clear boundaries, full transparency, and zero ambiguity. Anything less invites questions. Right now, the larger takeaway is about perception. Once controversy begins, everything surrounding a person's background can be reinterpreted through that lens. Neutral details can look suspicious. Strategic silence can look evasive. Routine travel can look calculated. Whether that scrutiny leads to clarification or correction depends entirely on what information is eventually presented publicly. Until then, the discussion continues, driven less by confirmed facts and more by unanswered questions and intense public attention. As Candace Owens' posts spread and Jillian's screenshots circulated wider, many waited for Erika to respond directly. A clear denial, a detailed explanation, context, something concrete. But instead, reports began circulating that Erika was traveling to Belfast and other parts of Europe to recruit young people, ages 15 to 25, into Turning Point USA. And this was unfolding right in the middle of the controversy. Timing matters. Optics matter even more. Even if those trips were scheduled months earlier, critics argue that continuing youth recruitment travel while facing allegations involving a minor intensifies scrutiny. Supporters say pausing professional responsibilities without evidence of wrongdoing would set a dangerous precedent. Critics say optics alone demand caution. That clash is loud online. Belfast adds another layer. The city carries a complex political and social history, and it has become a notable location for youth organizing in recent years.
It's 2013, and therefore Erika has just completed her year as Miss Arizona, and she's 25 years old at the time, Erika is. And now you're going to learn how she met Jillian.
That backdrop makes any recruitment effort there more visible. When you combine that visibility with ongoing controversy, attention multiplies quickly. Then there's the internal angle. Multiple reports circulating online claim that employees inside Turning Point USA who asked questions or raised internal concerns were dismissed or pushed out. Those reports have not been fully verified through public documentation. Still, they are part of the broader narrative spreading across platforms. If true, it could suggest internal tension. If not, it highlights how quickly unconfirmed claims can gain traction in high-profile disputes. Organizations usually address controversies head-on to protect credibility. Silence, whether strategic or advised, often fuels more speculation than clarity. At this point, two dominant possibilities are being debated publicly. Either Erika Kirk is facing an organized political smear amplified by viral momentum, or the public is witnessing the early exposure phase of conduct that requires accountability. Neither possibility is comfortable. That discomfort is exactly why the story refuses to fade. When minors are mentioned, people do not shrug and scroll past. They demand answers. They demand transparency. They demand direct responses to specific screenshots and timelines. If messages are fabricated, clear proof could settle the narrative. If context is missing, full transcripts could shift perception. Silence creates space, and online, that space fills instantly. Right now, the internet remains divided. Supporters call for fairness and due process. Critics call for immediate clarity and accountability. What's certain is this: the pressure for a direct response is building. Every day without detailed clarification keeps the spotlight locked in place. If you want updates as this unfolds and deeper breakdowns on stories like this, make sure you subscribe and stay tapped in, because this situation is still developing, and every new detail shifts the conversation in real time.